There's a good chance you've argued about this in your relationship at some point, and it comes up, I'd say on a semi-regular basis with the two of us. It's sad though, eh?
Unfortunately, yeah.
It's very much like a new school addiction that we all have. You've called me out on it.
You've called me out on it.
I've called you out on it. The sad part is, the worst part of it is that when we're with our kids, and sometimes we're more concerned about this stupid device. Isn't it sad though?
Yeah. And I feel bad. I really do.
Talking about our phones, by the way, just in case you're wondering. And sometimes...
damn smartphones.
I know. The kids are right in front of us. And we love them to death, and we play with them. And then I know I catch myself often too. I'm sitting there, and I'm like, "What the fuck am I doing?" I have these beautiful two kids. They're in front of me, and I'm not even paying attention to them. It's so sad.
Or your version of playing with them is just taking videos and pictures of them.
Yeah, because you tell me, "Okay, babe, read a book to them."
Yeah.
Or go play with, or make a puzzle.
Or do Play-Doh or color. Actually, you've been coloring a lot with our daughter lately with Sia. So that's been kind of nice to see.
Which, by the way, is great. It's great stress reliever.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
But no, I think we're all guilty that we're sitting in front of our kids and we're just looking at our phones, scrolling, whether it be on social media or even just of pictures of them or making phone calls. And
what is it about
FaceTime.
Our stupid phones too? Like, what the hell is so important on freaking Instagram or Facebook that we can't even, like,
these days the most important thing is about what's going on in the world, all the updates with COVID-19. And
but outside of that, we were still doing it.
Yeah, because we just can't disconnect.
I know.
It's like this urge that we always want to know what's going on and what's the latest Insta post or who's posting pictures or new or companies posting their product. You know, this whole support local movement that's going around lately. So who's posting pictures of desserts that they've made or of what they're creating for people to purchase. And you constantly just have this need to know what's going on.
So sad. Because even, I don't know if this happens in your relationship too, like we'll put the kids down and then sometimes we sit there on the couch, on opposite sides of the couch. Okay, you put your feet on me or whatever, and I massage your feet a little bit with one hand, and then I got my other hand on the phone, and you're on the phone too.
Well, I feel like
we're both guilty.
We're both guilty, and I'm not getting mad at you for that because those are sometimes the days when it's been really chaotic, and we just want to sit down, and we don't feel like talking because you spent the whole day talking. Yeah. You work, you talk for a living. Yeah. And sometimes I'm just exhausted at the end of the day, and we've said everything that we've had to say to each other, and we just want to veg. Yeah. So we lie on the couch and we relax and we're looking at our phone, and then you'll come across something. Hey, babe, did you see this? And I'll mention something I want to share with you. But it's relaxing sometimes. But then there's other days when we think that, we have our phones at the dinner table, and I swear I never wanted to do that. I get mad at you when you bust yours out. I know. Or when there's constantly emails coming in, whether they be personal or for work, or the Instagram messages that come in. They just pop up on your phone, and then you get mad at me when my phone vibrates because of a text message or because of a notification that I got from an app or whatnot. And it drives us crazy. And then our children, especially Sia, loves the phone. It's
amazing how they already know how to swipe out of the womb.
She knew how to swipe at 6 months.
All kids do, man. Yeah, all kids do.
It's the new generation. It's called the technology generation.
And what's really sad though, and I don't know if you've done this too, you go to watch TV or you go watch a movie, right? Kids are down. We got each other. We're beside each other on the couch. What do we do sometimes 10 minutes into a movie? Oh, I'm going to check my phone, or 10 minutes into a show. Yeah. We both do it. It's pathetic.
But I think it's also because we're not as interested in that show or movie.
Maybe.
Because when we really are, trust me, our phones are nowhere near our hands. They're just lying there, and we're watching the movie and cuddling and being together and eating chips like we've been indulging the last couple of months.
Yeah. The worst part is though, and this happened to me a few times in the summer, and I felt like a shit. I'd be out there with Sia in the backyard.
Oh, you used to do it all the time.
And I'd be sitting there on my phone, and then she would trip and fall and start crying.
And that drove me crazy because then I would peek in on you from the window, and I'd see you're just sitting there on your phone. Okay, sometimes you're actually doing work, but Sia's just playing by herself, and I feel like you're missing out. on playing with her in these vital years when she's still little and wants to be with you and play with you. Because when she's a teenager, she can be like, Dad, ciao, goodbye.
I think the best advice is just don't have it on you in those situations. Put it in your room. If you go to the park or something, or if you go to the backyard, leave it inside the house. I have such trouble doing that.
How do we do that? Because we bring our phones everywhere with us. And then let's say you're even at the park and you're like, damn, I want to take a picture, but I don't have my phone, or I want to take a video, because you just want to capture that moment.
But what did they do back in the day? Like, if they didn't have
mentally captured it in their brain.
That's why I don't understand. Like, I know it's a new world.
We can't compare our lifestyle to that of 60 years ago.
It's just aggravating because even sometimes we're guilty of this, where we get in our beds and we're both lying there. We haven't done it that many times, but we're both lying there on our phones. Or so I got mad at you not too long ago because you were on your phone in bed, and I'm like, I just want to cuddle. And
you had one of your moments there where you just wanted me to be affectionate with you, and I was just like, I haven't been on my phone all day to even check one little piece of news, whether it be on the actual news apps or on social media.
Yeah, I know.
And I just wanted to catch up for 5 minutes before I knew that I was going to fall asleep, and a couple of hours later have our daughter wake me up again. So I think there's times when I've gotten mad at you because you call me out, but honestly, because I'm so busy in the day, I don't spend as much time on my phone as you do. And I understand you need your phone for work. Like, you need the computer.
It's partially my job.
It is your job, and I understand. But there's other times when I look at you and I feel like now is not the time.
Sembra telef.
And I always tell him, Sembra telef.
Every day.
And I think I call him out on it at least 5-6 times a day.
Is it that bad?
No. I'm joking. I think you've gotten a little bit better lately, and it's heartwarming that you've been spending time with Sia, coloring with her and reading to her, and these are all the things that you want to do as parents with young children. And
I think the best way to justify it, I know, but the best way to justify it is that our phones now are it's like having the newspaper, a magazine, and watching TV. So back in the day, if you had your father who used to always be in front of the TV, or you had your
or there's a desktop,
or somebody in your house was always reading a magazine or the newspaper or something. Basically, we have it all
on our phone,
on a little phone.
Touch of a
That's
finger.
the difference.
Yeah.
So it's the screen, and it's the it's not good for your eyes and your brain and blah blah. That's the thing that is an issue. It's an issue with our kids. We got to be careful that we don't overexpose them to that. But that's the way I try to justify it to that older generation who says, well, you're always on your phone. Technically, we have every single piece of information. We have a dictionary, an encyclopedia. Think about it. A magazine, Google, a newspaper, TV. We have everything, articles. It's all on one little piece. Oh, a phone and a camera. So everything is there. So
it's hard to
justifying it that way.
You've justified it pretty well, actually. I give you a lot of credit for everything you just said. Yeah. But there's still times when you just got to put it down, put it away.
I know.
Hide it. I actually love when we go on vacation. And the last couple of times we were on vacation, you made it a point not to...
airplane mode.
Yes, you kept it in airplane mode. I was the one that kept it on, for phone calls and texting with family back home. But you kept it on airplane mode the whole time while we were in Italy, in Greece. Yeah. And I admire, yes, that's for one, but I admire that you did that. So you were able to finally disconnect and not be so caught up on what was going on in the world, and just be in the moment and focus on this beautiful vacation we were having. So I thank you for that.
Appreciate it.
Because that's when really couples, and we didn't have children at the time. Yeah. We were able to bond and connect and be our affectionate, loving selves. And
you know what the shitty part is, though, about cell phones? I was thinking about this the other day. You have the ability to literally change someone's day completely or ruin their day by a text message.
I was going to say a text message or a phone call.
Well, yeah, because a phone call you can ignore and not check your voicemail or something. But
an email or text message?
An email or text message can literally completely change your day, and that's totally out of your control. So if somebody sends you a text at 10 a.m., And then you decide, I don't need to answer to that. And then an hour later, they say, are you okay? How come we're not answering? And then they could be thinking on the other end, why isn't he writing back?
So much misinterpretation.
I hate that bullshit.
With messages. And sometimes people put a time to how long the other person responds to you. Like, it's great when people respond to you right away, because that is our society. We like instant gratification. So then when someone takes a couple of hours, or even worse, a couple of days to get back to you, you always think that, oh my God, did I do something? Are they mad at me?
But you do something.
I do that to you.
You are the worst.
I'm sorry.
No, I know you're not alone. I feel like women do this more with their husbands, with their partners.
We're guilty of it more than men.
Literally, you call me, I don't answer. 5 minutes later, a text. You okay? 10 minutes later, babe, where are you? 20 minutes later, babe, I'm worried. Oh my God, what the hell? You're dead. You start calling my phone 3, 4, 5 times, all within 1 hour. I've gotten 7 missed calls, 17 comments, and as if I'm dead. My phone could have died. I could have just had a meeting. I could have put it away, left it in my car. I hate that.
To justify that one, I know your routine. I know your schedule. Yeah, I know when you finish work. I know when you should be getting into the car, driving home. I know approximately what time you're home at, and whether or not you're going to the gym after work, or if you have an event after work, or if you have to pass by the store or whatnot before coming home.
I get it. But just because we don't respond so fast doesn't mean necessarily something's wrong.
Oh yeah, with the CarPlay in your phone, in your car, it tells you when a text message comes up. So it's hard to ignore it, but this is the society we live in. Again, it comes down to instant gratification. We want to know, I want to know where you are sometimes, and the same goes with you. If you're trying to get a hold of me, you want to know where I am. Like today, I'm at the grocery store, and you called me because you needed my help with something. I picked up right away. But if I hadn't, you would have had to wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And it could get annoying sometimes.
Do you know what they did back in the day? The husband, if the mother was at home taking care of the kids, the husband used to leave
at work all day long.
At 7 a.m. He used to come back at 7 p.m. Yeah. Maybe a phone call at lunch just to check in. Everything was okay. 12 hours. Nobody asked, what the hell are you doing? He's not responding to my text message. I'm going to check in. I love you. I'm going to send a heart emoji and a like button. Oh my God, what are we going to have for supper tonight? Oh my God, what are you doing? Fuck.
I can tell how frustrating that is for you.
But it's frustrating because I think there's a bit of old school in me where I'm like, man, dude, it's the checking in and the what. It's I don't know. It just drives me nuts. It does. I'm being honest. I love you.
It drives me nuts when you don't answer my calls because your phone is always on silent.
Yes, because I get notifications, ding, dang, dong, for every fucking Twitter, Instagram, FaceApp, Facebook, this, that, you, John, YouTube, you, Fred. It doesn't stop.
That's true.
And the worst part is, you know what else?
I can vouch for that. His phone never stops.
Also, I'm going to admit to something, and it's a shitty part of what I do for a living. It's actually it's great that we can connect and be accessible to everybody, and I love that, and I do my best to try to get back. But sometimes I'll be going through my messages. Sometimes when I have a few minutes, I'll go through my Facebook Messenger, and I'm like, oh shit, I never wrote back to that person 3 months ago. I completely forgot. Or there's a message request that didn't go through, or an Instagram request that is like a request and it's not a message. And I say to myself, these people probably think I'm a fucking asshole because I didn't respond to their message. It is so sad. It's like when you write to, very famous people and you're like, oh, well, they're not going to write back. And not that I'm comparing myself to them, but there are people who write to me, hey, my son has a new song and he's in a band, or can you give a birthday shout out and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, fuck, you get inundated and you try to do your best to navigate, but it's
hard.
And there's so
hard
many
to keep up.
There's so many different platforms now. Yeah. That's the thing. And then I get all these messages from like Facebook and Instagram. It's Twitter. Oh.
But you try your best to keep up and to read all the messages and to get back to people.
Yeah,
but it's sometimes one's gonna slip through the cracks.
No, yeah, just understand that.
It's not on
You never do it. We never do it on purpose. And because I think to myself, like I'll see a message. The other day I saw something from 3 months ago, and I was like, fuck, you got to be kidding. Oh, they asked for a birthday shout out. I never wrote back to them. Oh my God, I'm an asshole.
And knowing you, I know you feel bad that you missed that one.
But it's like, and then just because you wrote to me asking me for that, does that mean I have to do it just because you wrote it to me? There was a time when having that access wasn't possible, and there was part of it that wasn't such a bad thing, because it was like, oh, if I get through on the phone, maybe they'll be able to process my request. Now it's, well, I sent them a message, they have to do it. No, we don't. Like it doesn't work that way, and it's frustrating, and I don't want to come across as like a a dick, but people need to understand that that it's not easy to access everything all the time when you have 2 babies, we're married, you have a job, and you have other priorities. Anyway, we're going a little off topic now, but I just thought I wanted to get that out since we're talking about phones and technology.
Because they run our lives. Phones run our lives these days.
I know. Like during this podcast, I think I've heard your phone vibrate a few times.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But it's the notifications I get from Sia's daycare.
Oh, okay. And I think we got to go pick her up, eh?
Yeah, we got to go pick her up soon.
Who's going, by the way?
You. I got to make dinner.
Okay, I'll go get her.
Even though the baby's still sleeping, which is good.
That's true.
Sleep, Maya, sleep.
Are you sure she's sleeping? We checked the...
I checked the monitor.
Okay, she's good. Okay.
But I think at the end of the day, it's very important that we put the phones aside when it's important. When it's important, sorry. It's important to put the phone aside so we can make time to focus on our family and on each other. Yeah. And other times it's okay. And I'm sorry I call you out a lot.
No, it's okay. I call you out too.
I tell you, so, you're always on the phone.
I call you out too.
It's frustrating to me because sometimes I can't even look at my phone or, except for like the 100 text messages my mother sends me a day. So I always make sure I respond to her messages and to yours.
Yeah.
But I feel bad when I can't get back to text messages or to phone calls because I'm so caught up in the day.
Phones have destroyed relationships. They've destroyed marriages. They've
driven people apart.
Yeah, they ruin people at their jobs. So it's like we've seen it be really bad, and the younger generation I think is going to be even worse.
I think so too.
But anyway, as long as we're mindful of it, and I'll be honest, this felt like a therapy session. So hopefully you listening had that. It helped you too, because sometimes maybe it's going through your head, and that's the whole point of this podcast. It's just to it's therapeutic, and you feel better.
Don't be shy to call out people if your partners, if you feel like they're spending too much time on their phone. And it's very important in a marriage or in a relationship to communicate with one another. And I love that we do that. You call me out the way I call you out. Yeah. And we're never shy to hash out any issues that we have.
We are not shy at all.
We're not shy. We've kind of succeeded in that over the last 5 years. It's one of our strong points, our strengths as a couple. Yeah. And our phones will not drive us apart. I know. But let me look at my phone sometimes at night. Yeah.
What do you mean let me? I don't have that control. I'm not like that. But do whatever you want. It's just be mindful. We both have to be mindful now.
You're lucky. You can always tell me, I'm doing work. I need to check something for work. I've seen you do it with family and friends too. Yeah, sorry. I just gotta go check my phone. It's my boss who emailed me.
Oh, when I go to
you're going to the bathroom.
When I go to the bathroom for like 5 minutes, of course. Well, I don't want to be rude either. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it at the dinner table with your parents. Be there scrolling on my phone. There's nothing that's more disrespectful than that. Like on my phone, I don't need that.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate when people are on their phones at dinner, especially when at a dinner party.
Exactly.
Okay, if you want to show someone a picture or a video or something, fine. Or you want to show them something that you came across. But to be on social media when you're having a family dinner, to me, it's a no-no. It's a no-no. It's a no-no for sure.
Anyways, I gotta go. I gotta check my text messages. So.
Yeah, because his phone hasn't stopped since we've been recording.
All right, that's another episode of Marriage in the Fast Lane. Hopefully you enjoyed. And again, if you have any topic suggestions, let us know. Write to us on our Instagram at Marriage Fast Lane. On YouTube, you can reach us on Facebook too.
And I promise you, my husband will get the notifications because they pop up on his phone.
Yeah, of course.
All day. So... And I'll make sure he doesn't miss them because we're very interested in hearing what you have to say or what you want us to talk about.
Absolutely. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.